Everybody, here with Ernie Hudson at SuperMegaFest 2013. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to have a chance to talk with you.
Awesome, thank you. So, we're at a Comic-Con, of course, so a lot of superheroes and villains and people dressed up here.
Right.
If you could get the chance to play any superhero or villain in a movie or TV show, who would you choose?
Oh man, I don't know. I see. Is James Bond a superhero villain?
He's kind of counts, I think.
Yeah. I'd love to do James Bond, but and I'd love to do. Oh God, was it a Panther?
Black Panther?
Yeah, the Black Panther. My grandson loves the Black Panther. You know, but they're all fun. It'd be great to be a part of any of those franchises.
Is your grandson in the comics a lot?
Yeah, he loves his comics, so he's into it. I never heard of the Black Panther, so yeah, you know, it's I don't know. I just love working, so whatever.
Right.
I just want a job, you know.
Did you have, or maybe growing up, or even now, did you have any like favorite superheroes or villains or comics at all?
Yeah, when I was a kid, in fact, I saw Stan Lee recently. I told him that he was one of the guys most responsible for me going to college, because until I started reading his comic books, I didn't do a lot of reading. And he really sort of turned me on to reading. I love Thor. Thor was, I don't know why, Thor kind of registered. But all the Marvel comic books especially were really, really around my high school years, and, you know, before I started college was great, you know.
That's awesome. Stan must have loved hearing that.
Yeah. No, now every time I see him, he comes over and it's like we're old friends, you know. But I just have so much respect for this legacy that he built. It's really incredible.
Have you, since you mentioned Thor, have you seen the Thor movies and the recent one that just came out?
I haven't seen the recent one. I saw the first two, I think it was. Was it two?
First one. This is the second one that just came out.
And then they had the characters in the
Avengers.
The Avengers. That's right. Yeah. So I haven't seen the second one yet. You know.
You like what they're doing with Thor?
Yeah, I guess that's the way it would be. You know, when you read a comic book and your imagination's going, you have your own idea, and of course when they put it on the big screen, it's something else. It can never be what you imagine. But it's, yeah, I guess it's, you know, I love the actor who plays a part. You know, he looks the part. You know, I always imagined me being Thor, but now that I'm a little old, I realize that probably would never happen. But no, it's all good.
Maybe you could be some of the characters in Asgard still hanging out with Thor.
Hey, maybe so. Whatever. You know, I'll take, if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll take whatever job's out there.
So I read on IMDb. Tell me if this is true. That they said one of your heroes is Bruce Lee.
Yeah, you know, I don't have a lot of. I mean, there are people who I respect their work, but I'm not one of those guys who I'm a big fan of this guy, that guy. You know, I work. I appreciate good work. But Bruce Lee was really special, and Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, those guys were pretty. Bruce Lee especially. I mean, I saw his Chinese Connection, and I just thought, I mean, he was amazing. And so when he died, it was shocking. And then I met his son a few years later, about 8 years before we did The Crow, and then after what happened to Brandon. But I don't know. So they've the Lees have always played an important role in my life.
What was it like working with Brandon on The Crow?
Brandon was great. He was a great guy. I knew him for about 8 years before. He's always very respectful, very down to earth, very giving. And I thought this movie would make him a big star, and I think it probably would have had he lived. But I'm glad at least it was a good movie, you know, and not just some awful movie that he, you know.
Very well loved movie too.
Yeah. Even now, I mean, I don't know how many years later, but people still appreciate it. So it's nice to have been a part of it.
Very cool. Okay, so let's go to, you know, obviously one of your famous films that you're wearing is Ghostbusters. Why do you think, like even today, I would say still, Ghostbusters resonates with people so much, or has it such an influence on them?
Well, Ghostbusters is one of those rare movies that sort of tapped into, you know, the psyche of our times. I mean, you know, little kids, I think, you know, their biggest worry is what's in the closet when you turn the lights out, you know. They're worried about taxes and all the stuff that we get caught up in. But old people liked it, young people, everybody, you know, pretty much felt a connection. You know, we have this sort of religious thing that sort of threads through our society. You know, the end of the world, we have some idea that what happens when the God shows up wearing tights, you know, I mean, so all of that, it was, I think the first one especially was really, really original. and it was just fun. It was just fun, and Bill Murray especially. But it was just a fun movie, and I think it still holds up even now.
Absolutely, it totally does. So, do you have any upcoming projects people can see you in?
Yeah, I work a lot, and Frank Darabont, who created The Walking Dead and Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption, has a new miniseries that I'm a part of about the mobs in Los Angeles in the 1940s.
Yeah.
It's called Mob City. I think it's going to be a big. It was a great project to work on. I mean, really, it was amazing, and so it's coming out. I see they're advertising it now, so I don't have a release date, but I know it's coming up soon. And Hilary Swank, Emmy Rossum, Josh Duhamel. We have a movie called You're Not You that'll be out, I think, in time for the awards, so it should be out before Christmas.
What's that about?
It's about Hilary Swank as a character who has it all, and then she finds that she has this awful disease, and her life sort of unravels. She's married to Josh. I'm married to Loretta Devine, who's her best friend. And so it's a very powerful script and a very moving script. But I work a lot. I was on Dads this week. I was on Scandal a few weeks ago. I was on The Millers. I just, I stay busy.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Stay busy.
So even till today, then, is love of acting still just as strong as it's always been?
Yeah, that's what I do. That's my calling. That's who I am. And I'd love to do some different kinds of things. It was a period during the 90s when I was doing in the 80s and 90s, the big films. I'd like to get into that pocket again. It'd be great to do a series. But in the meantime, I just, I do what God gives me to do, and I give thanks, and I'm very, very thankful to still be making my living doing what I love to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Great talking to you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very
you guys
much.
are doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, man.